What's up, guys? My name is Chad. They call me Tudor. Welcome to Tudor's Travels. This is my vlog where I'm going to talk about what it's like to move from the beautiful city of Las Vegas, Nevada to the Philippines.
Hey guys, so I was kind of sitting in my room yesterday, just thinking about things, and I wrote out kind of a script of what I'm going to say. It was something that really hit me pretty hard yesterday, and I want to share it with you guys. Uh, and it's beautiful to me. So let's talk about it, right? So, as many of you, you followed my journey. You've seen that I've relocated a few times, and when I first started my journey, I was praying to God, and I was praying to God about helping me and helping me through the heartbreak and all the hard times, being extremely financially stable to losing everything I had very, very quickly, almost overnight. As many of you may know me personally. Um, I kept praying for that life back, and never in a million years would I have thought that a move to Vegas, and as I lived in Las Vegas, I'd see that there's problems everywhere. Uh, we we go through struggles, every single one of us. There's always pain somewhere. And so then my prayers started to focus uh, more on my former family, my ex and her children and my son. And I still had prayers for loved ones of mine, my friends, and I still had prayers to give me strength. Uh, but it wasn't the prayers that you would think it would be about giving me my old life back. Uh, it started to shift more towards helping others in their pain. That's when I knew that I had finally started to see that I wasn't the only one in pain. It was very humbling when you see that. Then I took another journey, it was over 8,000 miles away here in the Philippines, and landed in a completely different continent with completely different ideologies and mindsets, and customs, and everything here is just completely different. Right. And I was new to everything, and everything was just so different to me. And then I started to see how blessed I really was growing up in the United States. The things that we take for granted, right? The irony of people, the things that we take for granted, right? All the way down to turn the faucet on and getting water, warm water, cold water, flushing the toilet, turn on the shower. Those things are just natural for us. We don't realize that other people in other parts of the world, they don't experience that. I was without power for 24 hours. Some of you guys would lose your minds if you didn't have power for 24 hours. If you couldn't charge your phone, if you couldn't get on Wi-Fi, if you didn't have air conditioning, you would be like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. These people live with it, literally live with it all the time. There's earthquakes here all the time. There's tsunamis here. There's typhoons here. They deal with it literally on a regular basis. And some towns and small cities in the provinces of the Philippines, they actually have what they call a brownout, where they shut the power off for hours to, I don't know if it's for maintenance. I don't know. I haven't learned much about it, but it's regular. They give out a warning. Hey, we're going to shut the power off on Friday for 6 hours, and they just deal with it. Man, you guys would lose your minds over that. I promise you that. Lose your minds. Um, but the irony is seeing people live in a struggle and live that way every single day and not have some of the things that we take for granted almost breaks your heart until you see the smiles on their faces. These people are absolutely happy all of the time. It's very rare that you run across a Filipina or a Filipino that is just in a bad mood. It's rare. It's insane. We walk down these side roads off the main roads. I've done a couple videos on my YouTube of it, and where they had the parade, right? And you see how it looks. And these people are literally elated. They're excited. They're having a great time. The kids are smiling, laughing, kicking balls around, running around, playing tag, doing whatever they do, right? But they're in a great mood. And they have literally in our eyes, they have nothing, but to them, they have it all. These people are strong, right? They don't have much, but they're happy. And I noticed that. And I prayed yesterday and not one prayer was for myself. It's amazing, how life will lead you in a place to change you drastically, but it happens so subtly you don't even recognize it until you do recognize it and it hits you so hard and you're like, oh my God, these travels have literally changed me. Man, I hope this wind don't blow my camera over. I apologize for the shaking. But it's completely changed me. It's such a beautiful thing. I catch myself now watching videos where people are living a lot rougher than I have ever. And I'll meet somebody that I meet these people and they help me in ways and I help them in ways that change their lives forever. Right. So what I'm talking about too is I watch these YouTubers that are out and they ask someone for $1. Hey, you got $1 I can borrow? I need to get this. I need to get that. And these complete strangers will give them $1 and they'll be like, you can have your $1 back. I didn't need your $1, but here's $1,000. And what's your name? They get their contact info. Before you know it, people all across the world and all across the United States have donated enough money that whatever these people's struggles were, that they fixed it. And these things break my heart and make me happy all at the same time. And it's going to change them for the rest of their lives. You know, so I sit back and I think about all this pain that I've gone through with this divorce and losing my family and losing who I thought I was and who I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with and losing all of my fortunes and losing a big house, losing nice cars, losing designer clothes. And that plan just went to shit. And now I see this plan and it's almost like, a lot of you know me, know that I'm not like, I haven't really been a super religious person in my life, but I have kept God in my heart. And I know I don't express that a lot, but I do. And I feel like this was his plan to sit me back and say, look how blessed you were. And look how blessed you are. And be humble and love it and cherish it. But I'm okay with that sacrifice, right? I'm okay where I've been led to. And I'm okay with being in this humble experience. It's insane, right? This appreciation, it, the appreciation that I have now for the things that I had and the things that I actually have. It's so humbling because I sit back and after hearing it from my ex telling me, we don't need all this. And I was just trying to keep up the Joneses, right? And trying to fit in with everybody and be the cool guy that everyone thought I was. And I was the cool guy that everybody thought I was. I just didn't need all that other stuff. All I needed to do was focus on my family and show them how much I love them. And I needed to tell God, thank you every day. So I'm not trying to make this a complete religious video. I know some of you have different ideologies than I do about it, but it hit me really, really hard. Walking outside after a typhoon, and I even live in like the really nicest, like some of the nicest areas in the Philippines, and seeing the damage and knowing that we didn't have power, and then seeing the videos of what people that didn't live in my area and that lived in actual Cebu, not IT Park area, but lived in Cebu, and some of the people lived in the province of Cebu, because Cebu itself is an island, and then there's Cebu City. I live in Cebu City, and seeing the devastation up there, and seeing that there's lives lost, and mudslides, and rivers overflowing and wiping whole villages out. It's awful, right? It's awful, and these people live with this every time. Every time that there's going to be a typhoon or a tsunami, they got to worry about this. We never worried about the rain. We never worried about winds. I mean, we did, but what were we worried about? patio furniture flying away or trampolines landing on the neighbor's house, and worry about losing our lives or our loved ones losing their lives. So it really hits you hard. I just wanted to share this. Um, I hope some of you really look back and you say, man, we really do have it okay. Even when you think you don't have it okay, I promise you, come to a third world country. You have it okay. You know, I'm in a third world country by choice right now. Almost 20 years ago, I was in a third world country because my career took me there. It's two different things. And I've seen it twice now on two different levels and two different continents. Be humble. Appreciate what you got. Hug the ones you love. Let them know you love them. Tell your friends how good of a job they're doing. Be supportive. It means the world to them. Thank you for your time.